Hello, I'm Dana Roy, one of the founder members of Pickle Factory Dance Foundation. You will usually see me running around as production manager for most Pickle Factory events. For those of you who don't know, Pickle Factory Calcutta is a hub for dance and movement, a space for the dance curious to meet, know, think, talk, and imagine dance. We're working towards a permanent venue in the city, a home for dance that will bring together artists and audiences across the board. A venue that will be part of the international network of vibrant art spaces. And still such a time as we have such a venue or the ability to go out, we strive to create this home for dance anywhere we can, even online for the moment. So in this endeavor, we are delighted to partner with TopCat CCU in this new series called Body Languages, where we explore movement with a featured dancer each week. This evening, we are featuring Shashwati Garai Ghosh, an Odishi dancer and teacher based in Calcutta. Her classical dance institute is called Angashuddhi and is based in Kolkata, and she is a senior disciple of Sharmila Biswas. Shashwati will perform a three-part presentation in which she journeys through a particular raga, exploring their space, vibrations, stories. It is a discovery of their interrelations, their differences, their combinations, and their togetherness through the nuance in Odishi. I hope you enjoy.
Dhin, tenak dhin ta, tenak tete dhin, tenak tete dhin. तझुम तझुम झेन झेनु झुम तझुम तझुम झेन झेनु झुम धातु न तागे धातु न तझेनु तकिट तझेनु तकिट तझेनु तकिट तझेनु तकिट झेन झेनु झुम तझुम तझुम झेन झेनु झुम तझुम तझुम तझेनु तकिट धब म ब ग म रे स नि स तझेनु तकिट स नि स प ध म ब ग म रे स तझेनु तकिट ध ब म ब ग म रे स नि स तझेनु तकिट प स प ध म ब ग म तझेनु तकिट ध ब म ब ग म ध ब ग म रे स तझेनु तकिट स नि रे स प म ध ब ग म रे स तझेनु तकिट तझेनु तकिट तझेनु तकिट तझेनु तकिट धागे धा धातु न तागे धा धातु न 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 स नि ध ब म ब ग म ध ब म ब ग म ब ग म रे स नि रे स स नि ध ब म ब ग म ध ब म ब ग म ब ग म रे स नि रे स स ग ग ग म म म प प प ध ध म ब ग म प ध नि प स ग ग ग म म म प प प ध ध म ब ग म प ध नि प प स स रे नि ध प ग म ध प ग म रे स प स स रे नि ध प ग म ध प ग म रे स ग म प नि स ग म प म रे स नि ध प म प स प ध म प ग म स ग म ध प म प ध प म प ग म ध प म रे स प प प स स स रे 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 स स स नि स ध नि प ध म प ग म ध प प प प स स स रे 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 स स स नि रे स नि ध प म प ग म ध प ग म प नि स नि ध प म प ध प म प ग म स ग म ध प ग म ध प ग म प म रे स नि रे स ग म रे स नि रे स ग म रे स नि रे स सखी सखी की कहबा की कहबा की कहबा हे सखी कानक रूप कानक रूप सखी कानक रूप निधनि पद कानक रूप हृद पद कानक रूप सखी कानक रूप कानक रूप सखी कानक रूप कानक रूप कानक रूप की कहबा हे सखी 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 कानक रूप Sani dani daba daba gaba gare gare sa ni zaga saga pa gaba da pada ni dani sa ga ni sa dani pada gaba dani sa ni dha pa ga re ni sa gaba dani daba dani sa ni sa ke patiya ke patiya Gapadani padani sa dhani sa dhani dhani dapa sapan sarupa he sakhe kano karupa Gabadani dani dasa sa ga ga sa ga pa pa ga pa pa ga pa dha da pa dha da pa da ni ni dha ni ni da ni sa shamar jhamar koti lahi ke shamar jhamar lahi ke kajare sajal madan subesha ga 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 pa 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 da 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 ni 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 sa da sa ni 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 da 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 pa 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 ga 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 re re ni sa ga pa da ni sa ni sa ni sa ga ga sa ga pa ga ga pa da pa pa da pa ni da ni ni da sa ki kahavat hai sakhi kank rupa
dinda dinda ta dinda 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 ta hum tari ta chheda jhedam tari ta chheda dinda 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 ta hum tari ta chheda jhedam tari ta chheda dinda ta dinda ta dinda ta dinda ta ta hum tari ta chheda jhedam tari ta chheda ta hum tari ta chheda jhedam tari ta chheda ta jham tari ta chheda jhedam tari ta chheda ta jham tari ta chheda jhedam tari ta chheda ta jham tari ta chheda jhedam tari ta chheda ke chheda chheda chheda
Hello, everyone. I think I'm visible here. Am I visible? Hi. Okay. So, good evening to all of you who are watching this evening. Shubho Navabarsha. It's a very different kind of new year this time in this isolation. I would like to start the evening my gratitude to TopCat and Pickle Factory for this wonderful initiative. Body languages, as aptly it has been titled, I'm sure this platform will bring in artists from around the world to showcase their art, their talent, and their culture. My best wishes to Pickle Factory and TopCat for this beautiful collaboration, for this beautiful venture. Let me talk about a little bit about myself. I'm an Indian classical dancer. My medium of expression has always been Odishi, a form that originates from the eastern part of India, in the state of Orissa. I have been learning, living, breathing through Odishi dance form from quite some time now. I started at the age of 11 with Kolkata-based Odishi dancer Srimati Shutapa Talukdar. She was my first guru, and those were the initial learning years of this form. With time, I am thankful to destiny to find me my present guru, Srimati Sharmila Biswas, who empowers and inspires me every day to be a better dancer. Her work, her creativity, her professionalism, her teachings in all these years, it's been like 20 years, more than that. I don't remember also. I think I started with her in the year at the end of 1998, so it must be more than 20 years now. Her work, her creativity, her professionalism, her teachings, it has molded me the dancer I am today. I come from a family of artists, full of artists, sculptors, painters, potters. So you can imagine that it was a very natural way for me to pursue an art form. I never felt that living a life through art would be impossible. Difficulties and challenges are, of course, there, but I must tell you, it is never frustrating. At the end of everything, there is a lot of happiness. I enjoy living as a dancer, as an artist, and I would like to send this message to everybody who has this wish of living as an artist, as a dancer, singer, musician, painter. Please don't hesitate. It is a difficult life, but it is a very, very fruitful life. I have a small institute. It's a small family. It is called Angashuddhi. It is based in Calcutta. I started this with a vision to share and pass on my learnings, my whatever I have inhaled as a dancer to the newer generation, to the enthusiasts who want to move and experience this art form, Odishi. Standing at this point in this isolation, artistic practices are bringing in changes in relation to their function within the digital sphere, finding new ways of creativity and finding new ways of connecting to people. As a classical dancer, of course, I cannot deny that physical space and physical connectivity has no match to it. It's a different experience. But standing at this internet and digital age, the discourse to the public sphere is increasingly relevant. It's wonderful to be able to share my art to the world through these digital platforms. I feel definitely it is very positive. We are learning a lot about these technical platforms, these social platforms, and we are reaching out to people around the world, and our art is reaching out to people around the world. Mm. So I would like to talk a little bit about my presentation today. Thank you for watching. Before that, I would like to also mention that this event, which has been very aptly called Body Languages, I just loved the title. And I thought of sharing something that is relevant with this title. So I chose to make it a three-part presentation, each part journeying through a particular raga, exploring their spaces, their vibrations, and their stories. These compositions are originally longer in length, but for the evening, I shared 5 minutes of each of these pieces to make it interesting, to make it subtle, and to build up the stories that has been created within the ragas through the Odishi nuances. There were three ragas that I performed. The first and the second one is Rag Anandi and Rag Kalashri, both of which is a part of my composition called Vriddhi. Vriddhi means inner growth. Vriddhi is maturing of an artist from her playful lessons as a child till learning to internalize the art and further living with and within it. So this piece moves around the journey of an growing artist. So it was called Vriddhi. And the first two ragas which I performed are the fourth and the fifth raga of this composition. The fourth raga, Anandi, is where the dancer is older and her body knows how to uh, and when to move, her mind knows how to create, and her heart wishes to give birth to the new. So that is what Anandi has been explored with. The next one is Kalashri, which is the final raga of the composition Vriddhi, which is the final stage. Here she has internalized the art. Now she has journeyed inward. This is where she invokes the Rasikas to walk with her, and it is a Padavali which was created in this raga Kalashri. The last composition was Shuddh Kalyan. It is the last part, the last section of my solo production, Dhwani, in which a dancer is on a quest to discover an answer to this source of creativity. The production involves through the sounds of the instruments in each section resonating and prompting through creativity, which imparts meanings to our movements, feelings, language, and emotions. So each stage has, in each stage, I have chosen one instrument to emote that particular section and create a language through that instrument. And the last part comes this Shuddh Kalyan Raga. Dhwani has been a very interesting collaboration with Srijan Chatterjee, a very talented singer and music director who also helped me in developing the concept. I forgot to mention the earlier composition Vriddhi was sung by a beautiful singer, Shucheta Ganguly from Calcutta. She is a classical singer who worked with me also in this production with the music, chose the ragas very intricately so that it suits the concept. Both of these productions talk a lot about body language. It has been so critically made. One of the Dhwani is one of my first production, so it was quite difficult to work on that. So the reason of choosing these three ragas was when I had created this, I could completely relate through my body and through my soul to express the flow of the ragas, and I thought it will suit this event. So this is what I had presented for the evening. Let's see. There are some questions. Yeah, I spoke about my presentation. Yes. Thank you, all of you. I can see a lot of you. Thank you, Shashwati, for inspiring the younger generation. Can you tell us a little bit about your choice of ragas and choreography? I have already mentioned. Thank you. Somebody says the choreography of all the three pieces was wonderful. Thank you so much. Odishi is such a graceful form, but requires such power and strength. Can you talk a bit about it? Yes. This question comes from Vikram. Thank you. A very dear friend of mine and who is the director of Pickle Factory. So yes, Odishi is a very, very graceful form, and at the same time, it requires a lot of power, a lot of strength in the body and mind. It is not, it is a very wrong conception that Odishi is only a soft form of classical dance. It needs a lot of practice, a lot of strengthening of body to acquire that confidence and discipline to move, to move with this form in a space. Okay. Thank you. Somebody says the music is beautiful. Thank you so much. I would also like to share with the younger generation. I can see a lot of younger people around here. So I would like to share, just one second. I don't know, there's some internet thing. I can't see the camera. I hope I'm visible. So I would like to share some of my, yeah, I'm back. Yeah. So I would like to share a little bit of my regime that I follow when I practice, a practice regime. I see many young dancers, many Odishi practitioners, not only Odishi practitioners, classical dance practitioners, I would say, find it difficult at one point, that how do we one how do one practice alone How do one practice alone? Yeah, it's a very, very difficult way to live with. And when you are out of the class, you don't know how to carry on with that practice at your home or at your own studio. So I would like to share that with the younger generation and the upcoming generation who want to pursue classical dance forms. First thing, make a routine. Make a routine of number one, exercises, a fitness regime to enhance and build up your body and mind. Remember, by fitness, I don't mean that one has to do somersaults or one has to do a cartwheel. By fitness, I mean a correct fitness program learned from an expert that will help you gain focus, strength, patience, flexibility of your body and mind. This should be the first thing in your practice regime. Second, make blocks of uh, make blocks of the basic structure of the form you are learning or you are pursuing. By basic structure, I mean if I talk about Odishi, you make basic structure of the basic chaukas, the tribangis, the charis, the brahmaris, eye movement, head movement, the hand gestures. Make your own interesting blocks. Remember, this routine is something you want to do your entire life. So, start loving the basic part of the form you are doing and start loving the nuances of those basic forms and practice them in this regime. Make basic structure, keep this basic structure of practice in your regular regime. Keep it very simple, keep it very free so that you can change the modules and believe me, and this structure will help you to become the dancer you want to be. The basic structure of the form will help you to do that. And the third part is if you're learning some dance pieces, some compositions, take one at a time, go through the details and intricacies of the composition. Try to remember all the corrections you have learned from your guru in the class. Work on them minutely. Also remember, you don't have to fill up your bags with thousands of compositions. Compositions in the sense, I mean items, as they say, to be a dancer. Be content, be happy to learn what your teacher thinks rightful and just practice that. So this is a regime that I generally follow. I start with an exercise, I go through the basic structure, then I take one piece and I go through that. Even in my class in Angashuddhi, this is a format for all the age groups. They go through exercises, they go through basics, and they go through the piece they are learning. Somebody is asking me in Dhwani, which was the most difficult instrument for you to emote in your composition. Noel is asking me this. That's a very good question, Noel. Thank you. I think I used one instrument of Orissa, which is called muhuri. It's like a shanai in Bengal. It was very difficult for me to compose that because in Dhwani, along with this instrument, there was no other instruments that were kept. So to emote through muhuri was very intense. So I had to keep the intensity of that sound, which is very shrill, and it helped definitely to take the movements to a very different level. Uh, Focus, strength, patience, flexibility of body and mind. Yeah. Thank you, Vikram. I would like to share a little bit of an exercise which I practice in my daily regime regularly. It is a breathing exercise. It helps me to concentrate. It helps me to be patient. It helps to be focused with my work. I must also say that if you're performing and if you can do this before a performance or something, some physical activity which is very important, you want to do that, this breathing exercise helps a lot. I incorporated this from I learned a little bit of Tai Chi, the Chinese martial art form, which is very meditative. So this exercise has been incorporated from there, and which I kind of recreated and made it into my format. So all the exercises that I am talking about, which I mentioned, should help you to enhance the form you're doing. Don't only focus on the exercise, and if you're a dancer, I mean, focus on the dance form and try to enhance that through those exercises. So I would like to go through a practical demonstration with this exercise. Uh, Hope you all can see me. Yeah. So we stand in this. Yeah. So we keep this feet parallel like this, and you slightly bend your knees. Bend in the sense you just soften your knees like this. So when you are in a side view, you'll see that you're just bending the knees and softening the knees. This is a Tai Chi position. This is a Tai Chi position, they say. You close your eyes, you focus in the space, and you can think of any shape. You can think of a number, you can think of a shape, you can think of a color, and try to draw that with both your hands. I find it very intense. So when you draw that, you focus. For example, I'll draw 2 circles. It will look like number 8. So I close my eyes. So I'm going to draw a standing 8, a sleeping 8, a diagonal 8 like this. Each of the 8 will go 4 times. So you close your eyes, you stay in this position, you inhale and you exhale. And you feel that 8. So while you do this, you only think of that shape, 8. I just demonstrated the standing 8. Likewise, at a time, you have to focus on the sleeping 8, the diagonal 8 from both sides, whichever way you want. It's completely up to you. But till you finish that full cycle, you keep your eyes closed and you concentrate and focus only in that number. You don't open your eyes till you finish. That's one. That's one of the exercises. Another one which I would like to demonstrate is, again, you go to that feet parallel position, you go to the knees bent, which is the Tai Chi position, and you think of 5 lines from 5 sides. 5 lines. So, you breathe in from the top, you inhale, and you breathe out. And again from the sides, you inhale as deep as you can. Exhale as long as you can. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And slowly you come back. So this cycle, at least you do it for like 4 times, 6 times. I am sure this has helped me a lot in my process, to be patient, to be focused, give a good like 15-20 minutes only for these to exercise. It is a bit longer, it is slower, so that helps you to concentrate and make your mind very, very focused for the future, or for the work you want to do. Okay. So I think that's it. Is there any other question? Okay, I think I'll wrap up here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to TopCat and Pickle Factory for doing this. It's a wonderful platform for artists to reach out, and I am sure that this endeavor is going to be very, very successful.
We hope you enjoyed the video. You may want to check out our recent online collaboration with Arts Forward in a series called A Sudden Strangeness. You'll find this on our Facebook and Instagram pages. You will see 24 movement improvisations in response to Pablo Neruda's poem, Keeping Quiet, sent in from artists across the world in this time of self-isolation. And do look out for more body languages sessions coming up next Wednesday on TopCat CCU LiveCast on Facebook at 6 p.m. We also have a host of other programs as well, discovering the world of dance and movement. So if you want to know more about that, check out our website with the details below. Follow us, join us, support us, drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. And see you next Wednesday.